All right. Now I'm going to transition to a game that I think does this genre better.
Which one?
Which is Friday the 13th.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I love the Friday the 13th game because one, it's Jason.
Yeah.
And that's my favorite slasher.
Right.
Like Ghostface is cool, but it's freaking Jason, man.
I get it.
But just so the mechanics in that game, like maybe Dead by Daylight is a little more balanced. I'm not even talking about that.
Yeah, because I think Dead by Daylight was like indie as shit. It's like an indie company.
Well,
because I know Friday the 13th got money put into it.
right, but I'm trying to remember the company that makes Friday. They made Predator as well. So as you can see, they do have more money.
Yeah, they had and it shows in their game. Because like the gameplay of Friday the 13th is a lot better. There's like fighting.
Yeah, you can actually fight back.
Yeah, you can fight back.
Because you can shine a light on Dead by Daylight in their face.
And there's one survivor that can fight back. Jamie Lee Curtis's character.
Laurie Strode.
Yes, she has a stab ability. But
So,
it's situational.
In Friday the 13th, everybody can fight back if you find the correct items. Like you shoot a flare into like his face and then he falls down.
Yeah.
There's all these different things, but the main... Excuse me. I had a burp. The main thing about this game is that there's a bunch of cabins, and obviously you're going to lock down in a cabin because that's where all the items are, but as soon as you hear the which is cool because, again, that's established. Like, we all know Jason.
Yeah.
As soon as you start hearing all that and shit, you're just like, oh, no, he's coming.
Yeah.
Now, if you're Jason, you can see which cabins people are in if they're highlighted red.
Yeah.
So it's not a secret. Like, he's coming for you.
Yeah.
It's just there's so many of you. There's like 8 survivors versus 1 Jason. And there's different ways you can leave. You can get 3 parts for like the boat or 2 parts
for a car, right?
For a car, for a boat.
Yeah.
You can call the cops.
Yeah.
And they can like open. The point is there's different ways to escape.
Yeah.
So it's not just like, okay, we're all working on generators. It's one thing. It's more just like more communication and everything. And on top of that, if you get the boat, if you get the car, if you get the cops, you still have to escape. So you're driving the car, and Jason can teleport.
Oh my god!
Like in universe, like in the movies, no, he just pops up. But you're just like, how is he that fast?
Right.
And here they're just like, fuck it, he can teleport. So what's funny is like when you're Jason and you can, when you're Jason, you open up the map. If somebody's in a car already, like you hear it.
Yeah.
If they're driving, you can see like their arrow, and you can teleport right in front of them, and you crash into them.
Yeah, and you survive it.
And yeah. So everybody's like alive, but now Jason is right there, and there's a stranded car with like 3-4 people, and everybody's just scattering, and somebody needs to fix the engine again.
Yeah.
So just all these different elements that I think make it good. But again, the main part is that you're in a cabin.
Yeah.
And Jason is just, okay, I know you're in there. So you can take your time, just put a freaking bear trap by the window. Put another bear trap by this window, and then you bust through the door. So you bust through the door, and then obviously, like, either you see a crowd of people, or you see, like, one person, and you're just like, all right, I know there's more than one person in here. Or you don't actually know, but you're just like, okay, so I can chase the person that just went out the window if they escape the bear trap. There might be somebody hiding under the bed. There's so many different options, and I just think it did it better.
Yeah, I think that it, like, because Dead by Daylight's been around for like 7 years or something. It's something ridiculous. And I think Jason came out like 2 years into its lifespan. So it like was able to kind of perfect like stuff. Because you can't really, like, once a game...
I didn't realize that. I thought Friday came out first.
I think it was the other way around. I mean, we could fact check it later. But I do know that they like, you know when like games come out and they're kind of similar, and then like one of them will like find a way to like make the other one better.
Right.
And so like
Fortnite does it all the time. They take all the elements that Apex does well and stuff like that.
They took the ping system, like they took the
Revive.
Revive.
I was gonna say, Revive, that was a big one.
Yeah. So like there's like, I think it makes the games better. Overall.
Oh, it does. That's why competition is good.
Yeah. And I remember the only thing that sucks is that like because it's Jason, it's more expensive. And
yeah, it was always like $40.
And then there was lawsuits against because they couldn't use every Jason.
That's the thing is like Jason or Friday the 13th, all of it. The whole brand is like a licensing nightmare. Like they don't know who owns what, and there's like a whole lawsuit recently.
Right, because like there's one of them that's like, I own the design, I own the script.
And then there's a difference between young Jason and then older Jason. It's so weird.
There's like a difference between like, oh, I own the one that has the like the weird like potato mask. And I'm like, well, I own the hockey mask design. It's like there's a whole thing with it. And I remember that was the reason why that game ended up suffering.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And it sucks because like we can't get a sequel from it, or maybe we could if they could figure it out. But why would you deal with that licensing nightmare?
Yeah, because that's the thing. You got to deal with the
suits.
Like, the suits of like, oh, pay me for the design. It's like, well, why should I pay you? I wrote the script. Like, it's a whole thing, and that's why like it sucks. And that's why I think Dead by Daylight it's like skating, because it's like they play nice, and they like whenever like their license runs out, they're like, well, our license ran out. Sorry, like we don't want to pay it again. It's way more expensive, and so like their issue is Stranger Things. They bought the license.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
they got the license for it. I forget for how long, but then the license ran out, and instead of them being like, we're gonna fight it, they're like, let it rock. And so it sucks that like we can't have the.
It's cool that they point the finger. They're like, hey, it's not us.
Yeah.
Get mad at Netflix.
Yep. So like I can see like where good games could be like great.
Right. Last thing on Friday is that it sucks that the servers are down now.
Yeah.
Oh man, because if they weren't this Friday the 13th, how cool would it be? Yeah, in October, everybody hop on. We'll freaking play some Jason.
Oh, it would have been nice.